Hi everyone. So today I'm going to go over the join function in Alteryx. And what I have here is information that's publicly available from the Federal Financial Institutions Examination Council. And basically what these two documents are here, one contains information regarding each bank and their various financial information regarding their volume of savings deposits, total transactions, total demand deposits, things like that. And this data set here contains some address information for those banks. So as part of this data set, each bank is given an ID, an RSSD ID. So that's going to be unique to each bank. And this is going to be the field that is common within both data sets that we're going to be doing our join on here. So whenever we're doing a join with two data sets, we could go to the join tools here. And here we're going to use just the function here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this join tool onto my canvas here and place it kind of in between these two workflows here. If you're interested in understanding how I set this up, there's a video above that goes through getting data into Alteryx, and this kind of builds from that point forward. So here you'll see the join tool has a couple inputs. It has a left input and a right input. That's what the L and the R stand for. And then based upon the join, there's going to be three things that could happen. So any records that are part of this data set that are also matched to this data set will come through this J function here, or join. If there's any records that are coming from this data set that don't match, they're going to come out here through the left, and vice versa. If there's any data in here that doesn't match, it's going to come out through this right toggle right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just connect my data to the join. So here I only have two data sets, which is why I'm able to use this join function here. If there were more than this, if there were 3, 4, or 5 data sets, I would use this join multiple tool, but they basically act the same way. So when I drag this on and I click on the join tool, you'll see that this configuration panel pops up. And here what I have to do is I have to specify which fields I want to do my join on. So here we're going to match both IDs from each one. And then down here, what you'll actually be able to do is select or deselect which fields you want to bring over. So you'll see that here under the input, each piece of data is either going to be labeled left or right, and that's going to tell you from which data set it's coming from. So here are all the data fields that we have coming from this data input tool. And then we keep scrolling down. This is all the information that's coming from the right side or down here. What you'll see here is any fields that have the same name will get renamed with either right or left underneath them, depending on where the duplication occurs. If we wanted to eliminate all of those duplicate fields because we only wanted to show this piece of information once for all the joins, you could either just deselect those right here by clicking or unclicking on them. But then there's also this options drop down here, which basically allows you to also deselect duplicate columns. So here it wouldn't be a big deal to click through 2 of them. Sometimes if you're joining a lot of data, there could be a lot of overlap, so sometimes it's easier to just use that option there. And here I purposefully mismatch the document types. So here is an error message that we're getting. And I would say this is one of the most common errors that probably people run into when they're going to join it. And here the messaging here is string fields can only be joined to other string fields. So what that means is that one of the ID columns is not a string field. So if we go back to our select tool, we'll see here for some reason this was set as a double, but it should be a string. And once I do that, this error will clear here. So again, that's why it's important to also set up your data fields for the appropriate data types, because it will have an impact on the workflow. So now that that's all set and both of these are strings, we could go ahead and run our workflow. That ran. And basically what you'll get is you'll get a little summary down here in the results panel that will show you how many records were read in from each data source, and then the results of the join. So because these data sets are basically one line per bank, everything matched. So if we follow our left data here, you'll see that we have 4,572 records were fed in through the left side. There's none that were unmatched. Everything matched to the join, so you'll see there our number reconciles. And same thing on the right-hand side. You'll see that there were 4,572 records that were fed in through the right, all of them joined, and there's nothing that's unjoined here. So that's a basic join function. Hopefully you found this video informative, and good luck creating your workflows.